Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, I want to discuss Palworld, and more specifically, what it is about Palworld that makes it so popular, at least in terms of Steam charts, with it being one of the most wish-listed games on the entire platform. And as of such, we'll be discussing the pretty frequent rhetoric regarding it being a shameless Pokemon clone as well, which is just not the case. But anyways, let's dive in. So I can't speak for everyone, but Palworld for me, and I'm sure with many of you, ended up on my radar due to its provocative nature, with the quote pals of the world being able to be used for food, slave labor, weapons, you could shoot at them, etc. The initial Palworld reveal brought with it the notion that it was the new Pokemon Gun version, which in and of itself was already a meme regarding a potential third version partner to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now that being said, if the game was only provocative and provided nothing else of interest, I'm sure it would have been a chuckle and everyone would move on, but that's not the case. I'm constantly seeing people ask about Palworld news. They're gaining more and more wish lists on Steam every day, and there's always some level of discussion circulating regarding the game, whether it be positive or negative. I truly believe that while Palworld can look goofy and like a meme with its ragdoll physics and over-the-top scenes of monsters wielding guns or even being used as guns, I think it resonates with a lot of people, in part due to the almost morbid curiosity of how an actual world with these monsters would operate. There are so many monster taming games that are bubbly and treat the relationship between human and monster as mostly wholesome, with the exception of the bad guys who are universally despised, but you're always put into the role of the good guy, and you're always depicted as a tamer with a deep understanding of the bond with said creatures. This is all well and good, but Palworld is one of the very few games that are willing to showcase the atrocities that would likely exist if Pokemon or creatures like them existed in the real world, and almost acts as a parody or critical analysis of Pokemon and the genre around it. That's why when some of the Palworld designs are clearly Pokemon inspired, it doesn't really bug me. I think it's sort of something that ties into the theme of the game and was probably done intentionally for that purpose. The game is also not trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy. Doing evil deeds like poaching and abusing your animals are seen as bad in the game, just like many others. But the difference here is that you're actually given the freedom to explore these bad options rather than being pigeonholed into the good guy protagonist archetype. So I think one of the main allures of Palworld and why it's getting so much hype and positive reception is because of its ability to give us something we've never had before in terms of freedom. This isn't even looking at the fact that it's a very unique concept in and of itself, being a third-person shooter monster tamer, which I don't think I've even seen before. And while there's definitely been a lot of negative criticism, like some of the designs being too Pokemon-esque, which I've already discussed, or the guns looking too realistic, which I honestly disagree with, because I think that's kind of the point and would take away from the game's brutality if the guns were just laser guns or something more cartoony. But I honestly think that Palworld will play a pivotal role in opening the door for new monster taming archetypes outside of JRPGs or the other typical categories within it. But yeah, those are just my quick thoughts on why I think Palworld is so popular right now. I think that there is a lot of discussion about the game because of its provocative nature. I think there's a lot of interest because the game brings something new to the table, and I also think it's noteworthy because it looks nice and, at least in my opinion, is better graphically than a large portion of the 3D games in the genre, including Pokemon. But yeah, that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are someone who's looking forward to Palworld, let me know what it is about the game that interests you. And if you're someone who's looking at this game and just shaking your head, let me know why that is. And if you do want to stay up to date on this game or just monster taming games in general, definitely subscribe to my channel for daily monster taming content. We got guides, we got breakdowns, we got discussion videos like this, etc, etc, etc. And yeah, special thanks to my patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona, Exodus, and Candy Morency. And we'll see you next time. Peace.